That's sunshine right there now. That'll make your day. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. All right, are we ready? Okay. So, if this comes out or not. So today, let me just give you a little background. As you know, one of the priorities of this office has been pursuing organized retail crime. Organized retail crime is, as the name implies, it is something more than shoplifting. It is something more than a one-off theft. It is organized. It is these crimes are committed by groups of people, sometimes locally managed, locally organized groups, and sometimes they can be national or international cartels. It just depends. But what they have in common is these people are systematically stealing from stores, retail outlets in particular, big box stores often, and we all pay the price. We pay what I like to call the ORCA, the Organized Retail Crime Alliance, the ORCA tax. We are paying $70 billion a year, we collectively, for the thefts that are committed at these stores. How do we pay for them? Well, when a store has theft, they have to charge more for the goods that you and I buy. They also have to pay. We have to pay more for our goods because they have to pay more for insurance. It's pretty common sense. So today, want to announce that we have arrested 4 women for organized retail crime. 2 women remain at large. 6 total. They were part of a ring of thieves working in Cabot, Conway, and Little Rock, and they're all at what are collectively called TJX stores. That would include TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and Home Goods. They were operating, at least in our knowledge, is primarily in those stores in a relatively short time frame, about a month and a half. They stole almost $7,000 worth of goods, and we issued 23 felony warrants for these women, and as I said, we've arrested 4, and 2 remain at large. The way they were doing this was brazen. They were just literally walking out of the stores with the goods. Now, at the locations that had luggage, they were getting luggage and filling it with stuff and closing up the luggage and rolling it out like they were in an airport, like they had some place to go in an airport. Just walk right out the door with everybody looking. If they think that may fly in some jurisdictions, not in Arkansas. And they at the stores where they're not selling luggage, they just filled up big bags. Just these big bags, these big tote bags, and just walking straight outside. So let's look at some of these slides. Some of these are a little background, if I can get them to work. Sometimes they go to sleep, as you know, but we're going to wake it up back there. It is a nice deal, but that's not why we're here. There we go. So, just to give you a little background, So these are some of the other busts that we've conducted, and the red, they're all in blue. The red are the ones that I'm talking about today. If you need these slides, because they might make some good graphics, will you make sure that everybody gets these slides? Okay. Let me go to the next one. You can see we have 50 arrested in a little over a year. 50. 91 felony charges, 46 misdemeanor charges, and the total amount that represents in terms of theft is way over $2 million. Way over $2 million. How do I know that? Because the ones right up there in Conway County, those alone were $2 million. Okay. So these are the 4 individuals that were arrested. And again, we'll get you all of this so that you can, so you'll have all this background. Got 3 in Faulkner County and 1 LRPD. Now, it is important to note, some of these 6, 4 arrested. Hang on, we're going to go through these here. We'll get you all these slides. And then we have wanted. Okay. The 4 arrested and the 2 that are still out there with active warrants. Those 6 all knew each other. And some of these 6 were working together, coordinating this organized retail crime operation. And so they were all affiliated. So I want to say that, in particular, I want to give a special thanks in particular to the private sector partners. We work very closely with so many of these. I mentioned the TJX companies, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Home Goods, Walmart, Target, Lowe's, Home Depot, pharmacies, Walgreens, CVS. Just couldn't do it without them. They get a lot of intel that we otherwise would not get, and that leads us often to these people. So we'll continue to do this. We'll maybe next time we'll have a tally exactly how much money this all represents, but it's well over $2 million. Abigail? Questions?
One time I used to at Walmart, and my dad, so it's a toilet paper.
Yeah, what she said? What?
We walked out of the Walmart with toilet paper at the bottom of the shopping cart and forgot to pay. So we went back in and paid.
Oh, but you paid. Okay.
We paid.
Okay. He paid. He's good. He's good. Okay.
Don't try to trade
Thanks
you
for
off.
that. Thanks for that. Oh, okay. No confessions here. Steve, you have a question?
So how long did they get away with it?
All I know is that we tracked them, or during the month and a half period, they stole almost 7,000. Do you know how long they've been doing this? Do we have any idea?
And see other stores circulating those photographs to see if it reaches out further. This particular store, it came to us because of the relationship. The TJX stores knew this was occurring in multiple jurisdictions, so instead of just reporting it individually by the agencies, they reached out straight to us and we initiated it in our office.
And a lot of time we won't understand. A lot of times we're not going to understand, or often, almost always, we're not going to understand the full context until we arrest them, find out who they are, and then obviously other videos we can identify them and other past criminal activity that we didn't know they were involved with. And
Did they see them walking out with it and just?
my understanding is that there are some places where either the public doesn't want to engage, for understandably, for safety reasons. Some stores, they may not have someone there. I don't know if they've been told to not try to stop. I'm not aware of all that. I do know that we're not going to allow this in Arkansas. It's hard to believe how brazen these people were. And oftentimes when this sort of thing happens, You're going to have a security guard. You're going to have someone armed. You may have a police officer. You may have a citizen or something. In these cases, they just walked out, is my understanding. Any more questions?
Do we know what they did with the merchandise?
I don't know if we know for sure, but I would presume that they sold it.
Stuff that's easy
So
to
yeah.
resell.
So the
That's all.
luggage was just a way of hiding it. The luggage, the bags, what have you.
Legislation in the future to try to address this issue?
Well, we have already. When I took office, there was no formal organized retail crime statute. We have that now. We have statutory language. We worked hard for that. Penalties reflect that. We work very closely with the retail, not only the retail stores, but the Association of Grocers and Retailers. Steve Good leads that. And so we've worked really hard to get our laws up to date. This sort of brazen, organized theft, I'm not sure. I don't remember growing up people just walking out like that. So we've had, the laws have to change. We've made some good changes on that. This year, 25. Yeah. What's that? Beatty. Okay. Anything else?
You said that Conway County was at 2 million.
Yeah, so that was over 6,000 gift cards and over $2 million. Yeah, we'll get you those slides if you want to look at. I think the town that was listed was Cleveland, but that's a Conway County one, right? Yeah, up near Moulton. Okay. Thank y'all. Appreciate you. Thank you, Abigail.